After moving on from controversies around school choice and transgender rights, your elected lawmakers are now planning to tackle water and the Great Salt Lake. Fox 13 News political reporter Ben Winslow has the latest on the legislature from Utah's Capitol Hill.
House and Senate leaders are getting ready to unveil a series of bills on water conservation and the Great Salt Lake.
That will be a big policy and a big funding priority for us.
House and Senate leaders are planning a number of bills centered around water conservation and saving the Great Salt Lake.
Stay tuned, is that what you say?
The Great Salt Lake is at a record low, and it presents an existential threat to northern Utah with reduced snowpack, toxic dust storms, and impacts to public health, wildlife, and the economy. Winter storms have helped, but scientists say ecological collapse has begun, and we need to move faster. Lawmakers are facing increased public pressure to do something to save the lake. The legislation is planning to spend another $500 million on water conservation.
What do you have as far as getting water into the lake, though? Is there any bills that just get water there?
Well, we're continuing to work with water districts to have water released to the Great Salt Lake as other places. The water conservation bills will ultimately do that, so that's part of the strategy.
One bill being considered bans future water reuse in northern Utah. Water reuse can be beneficial in places like southern Utah, but it can hurt the Great Salt Lake.
You know, we turn on the tap in our house and we use water and we think that's not going anywhere, we're wasting it, but we need to realize that almost every ounce of water that we use indoor ends its way back into the Great Salt Lake.
Lawmakers are proposing to increase the amount of money to convince you to get rid of your lawn.
I would love to see it reconsidered.
But a bill that tries to make golf courses track and make public how much water they use has stalled in a House committee. Representative Doug Welton was accused of shaming golf courses. He says it's about taxpayer transparency and accountability.
We're in an environment right now where we're looking to spend $500 million on saving the Great Salt Lake. We've been in a 1,200-year drought, according to scientists. So we're just looking to make positive changes without the heavy hand of the law.
Again, those bills will start to be rolled out next week. On the Hill, Ben Winslow, Fox 13 News, Utah.
Fox 13 News is part of the Great Salt Lake Collaborative. It's a group of local news outlets, academic groups, and community organizations calling attention to the Great Salt Lake and solutions to save it. You can find out more by visiting the link on your screen.